Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Insider Financial Talks Penny Stocks. My name is Alex Carlson. I will be your host today. I am the editor-in-chief of InsiderFinancial.com, and today we are going to be discussing TSNP, also known as HUMBL. But before we get into that, we have a few housekeeping issues to go over. We have no business relationship with TSNP or any company mentioned in this video. Insider Financial is not an investment advisor, and this video does not provide investment advice. Always do your own research and make your own investment decisions. This video is not a solicitation or recommendation to buy, sell, or hold securities. This video is meant for informational and educational purposes only and does not provide investment advice. With that out of the way, remember, go over, give us a if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, hit the red subscribe button, the little notification bell, and also go to signup.insiderfinancial.com. This is where you get first look at companies like TSNP, the opportunity to get in before the crowd. So go over to signup.insiderfinancial.com. There you can, after you sign up with your email, if you live in the U.S., you can also get our alerts sent via SMS. If you live outside the U.S., don't worry, you will still get our email alerts. Also, there's a link for Webull. They're offering a special promotion for free stocks before December 31st. So go ahead and take advantage of that if you like free stocks. With that out of the way, today we're going to be discussing TSNP. And we're going to try and go over the bull and bear case for all of you that are just looking at TSNP for the first time. And what really prompted this video, I ended up watching another video of another YouTuber, and they went into details on Humble Pay versus PayPal, and how he feels that Humble is going to be the next PayPal, and that at 15 cents he believes that Humble is a 10x or a 10 bagger. And today I just want to discuss some of the concerns that I had after watching that. It got a lot of likes, a lot of views, and I really want to, wake some people up about what's really going on in the current market, and to just give a little bit of a wake-up call. And, one of the best ways to start, is TSNP. It was alerted by us at 0008. And, you can go to insiderfinancial.com. We have... you can search for TSNP. I'm also going to include the links in the description below, so you can click directly on our articles. The first one talked about TSNP HUMBL merger is a really big deal. And then after that, we got into discussing the price action. And then on the end of November, we discussed who is Brian Foote. And we are bullish on TSNP. We like the team at HUMBL. We like Brian Foote. We like what he is doing. We feel that the company has a lot of potential, but investors and people need to realize that it's still in the beta phase. No one is actually right now using HUMBL. It's not being, transacted upon. There is not being, there's not a ton of merchants signed up already. They need to execute. And, if you're looking at just the price action, okay, and we told people this, we have encouraged people that you buy the dips, you sell the rips. TSNP is an exciting story, and it has big potential. But look at where things have started, and you've had this tremendous run up here. We got this sell off, and you had heavy volume here, but now the stock has been recovering here. But this has been on very light volume for TSMP. And we really want to see heavier volume, because volume is your confirmation. And right now, with what's going on with the news has been rather lackluster. It's not a lot to get people excited. They launched Humble Studios, launch of holiday deal days. The thing is, there's a lot of execution that the company needs to happen for Humble to be successful. And we're not trying to pour cold water on the rally or anything, but we have to give people's you need realistic expectations. And to give you an insight, at 0008, this was only back in October, that this rally, that we were just in the triple zeros. Okay, so we're now at basically just over 2 months. We're getting this opportunity where you have, if you would have just thrown $1,000 in, at 0008, that would have got you 1.25 million shares. And even, at 20 cents here, that's now worth $250,000. Okay? Think about that, folks. $1,000 to $250,000 in just over 2 months. I mean, these are the numbers that, Amazon took. If you invested in Amazon early, it took you 10 years to make that kind of money. And now, you have other YouTubers saying that there's 10x more money to be made. And there very well could be. But, there's a lot of things that need to happen for that to happen. I mean, you need execution. You need mass implementation of the Humble app. It needs to become ubiquitous. And, everything that we're seeing right now it's just not there yet. When you're just doing beta signups, your first name, your last name, your email, what are you signing up for? That tells you that we're just in the infancy of what Humble is trying to do. And look, at $700 million market cap, it is a unicorn, and the company could be easily worth multi-billions of dollars with the right news flow. But our main concern, and what we're coming out with, and trying to stress, is that, okay, this is a holiday week, New Year is right around the corner. And, come January, there's a lot of people with a lot of gains that are going to be looking to do some tax selling. And they're going to be selling in the new year. And, we just don't want anyone, to go in and, throw a ton of money on an initial position right now thinking, yes, I'm going to make 10x my money. Okay, it is very hard to do after we've seen such big gains. Okay, nothing runs forever. And, what we're trying to say is that to use caution, use common sense, and, by all means, have an exposure to TSNP. But as we've said repeatedly, the right way to play penny stocks is look at it that you are a venture capitalist. And as a venture capitalist, they diversify their portfolio across 10 or 20 different investments, different portfolio companies. And you have to look at TSNP as just one of your portfolio companies. And, that means if you got big gains in TSNP, you're going to want to, lighten up, put some money into another penny stock. There's a lot of other stocks right now that are running more than TSNP. Give you some examples. ALPP, look at this run here. It's still running. And the volume is confirmed there. ALPP just announced they're going to file to uplist to NASDAQ. They are doing millions of dollars in revenues. They just acquired a drone company. They're making big moves with the news flow. And, getting onto NASDAQ, that will be a big move. These are the things that we need to see from TSNP to get the momentum, for the momentum to continue. Okay? And that's what we're trying to stress to people, is that we all know what the Humble story is. But you can't keep putting out videos or articles or tweets, talking about the same story. There needs to be continuation. There needs to be new developments. Look, guys, I've been doing this 25 years. I've seen a lot of deals on the OTC. There's promotions, there's pump and dumps. I've seen everything. And for, a deal to keep running, whether it's a scam, a not a scam, whether it even has a stop sign, whatever it is, it needs the story to be continued. It needs significant, concrete PR. And, right now, TSNP has to be, and where we have it in our, show me column. If you're from Missouri, they call it the show me state. So you want to be, show me what you're doing. And, if you go to the iHub board on TSNP, and, you got the bulls and the bears going back and forth, and we read it all because, I don't want anyone to go into penny stocks with blinders on. That you're totally convinced, 1000%, oh, this is the next PayPal. This is going to happen. This is going to, and if a bear comes up with a story, or a rebuttal, our position is you have to read what they say and you have to listen to them. That's how you educate yourself. We listen to bulls, bears, and then we make our own decision. Don't listen to me. Don't just, don't say, Alex Carlson, he knows everything. I don't. Warren Buffett doesn't know everything. Bill Ackman doesn't know everything. And that's why, there are times where we're going to be wrong and there are times where we're going to be right. And, we just want people to look at all sides of the coin. There's this one, and it's been posted here, question everything. And, this is a bear, but, he's looking at it. He does want them to succeed, but he's been raising some just questions about, okay, well, they got a lot of things that they need to do to keep the momentum going. And he's just raising, simple concerns. And these are concerns that everyone should have. So it's like here, he talks about, humble borderless day in Baja. The biggest thing that concerns me is the video that the shops, it doesn't match the shops in the app. These people were paid actors to do the story, to do the video. Humble Studio. So as of today, Humble Studio has only 2 merchants, Humble beta signups. I signed up on the 9th day of the conference call, still haven't heard back. These are concerns. This is simple due diligence. And I don't want anyone to go and, just say, I'm getting a second mortgage on my house. I'm throwing 100 grand in without doing this kind of due diligence. And, it's a compelling story, the next PayPal. And we are rooting for them 1000%. We don't want you to think that we're trying to pour cold water on any of this, but we're just trying to always look at, caution and, for people to realize that not everything goes up forever. There will be dips along the way, and to not get greedy. This is extremely important. And I like how he ended this. So all this taken together, he's saying, I'm more concerned about where the company is right now. Doesn't mean where he thinks it'll be in the future. And he says, I don't believe it's a pump and dump like some have been saying, but for now they really need to tighten things up. And what that means is they have to execute. Humble is still a startup. And they have huge potential, but if they cannot execute, then, you're going to get a lot of people losing a lot of money. Okay. I mean, right now, TSNP, you go to the security details, there's a lot of shares outstanding. It's got a $769 million market cap. And, for it to go up 10x, like the one YouTuber said, well, that would be a $7 billion market cap. There are a lot of things that the company needs to be doing, to have that. Give you an example, everyone knows DraftKings. Okay. Well, they got a market capitalization of 20 billion. Okay, so think about that. I mean, DraftKings, everyone's using them. It's a very popular sports betting site, but it's been it's got a $20 billion market cap. For Humble to have a $7 billion market cap, which it can get there, but they need a lot more adoption. People need to be using the Humble app. You can't be saying, oh, it's in the beta phase and have a $7 billion market cap. It doesn't work like that, folks. So, there's a lot of execution that needs to happen. And right now, what's moving Humble and TSNP is it's a blockchain play. It is a play on digital currencies. And look what's happening with Bitcoin. It's got a $500 billion market cap. Ethereum 80 billion. But what's interesting, what we were looking here, okay, is that one of the things that Humble is revolving around is Digibyte. And you scroll down here on coinmarketcap.com and you look for Digibyte, they have just a $382 million market cap. So already, what Humble is talking about building around, they have a bigger market cap than the currency that they are talking about basing themselves around. And this comes from Block 30 Labs. Brian Foote, he's been at, he's given a keynote at the Block 30 Labs. This was Block 30 Labs. He was at the Digibyte Summit Amsterdam in 2019. So Block 30 Labs, that was his previous company. A lot of people, his team stuck with him. I mean, he's a rock star in the blockchain space. Well known, well respected, and you're going to get a lot of hodlers that are banking on TSNP, and they're going to ride it to the moon, because they got in Bitcoin and a lot of cryptocurrencies early, and they're not going to sell. Whereas, you got others that are traders that are going to get out. So, but again, it all comes down to the execution. And, we just want people to realize how important execution it is, how difficult it is to execute, and they need to execute to keep the momentum going. And we just wanted to really, stress this to everyone. And look, we're not hitting the panic button. We're not hitting the sell order. We have been bullish. We are rooting for the company, but we just want to temper some expectations for people to not get greedy, and don't bank on just one play. There's a lot of money to be made in penny stocks. We're always looking for the next TSNP, and when you get, a 10 or 20 bagger, already, TSNP, is a 200 bagger. And, we're looking for that next one. And after, you get a stock like TSNP that already runs, 20,000%, it's a lot harder to do that next 10x. That 1,000. So he's saying it's a 10 bagger from here. Well, it's already been, a 20,000, a 200 bagger. So that 1,000 is now 250 grand. For it to go to, 10x again, that 1,000 would be 2.5 million. And it's very well possible, but how quickly is this going to come? Is it 1,000 to 2.5 million in months? We really doubt it. And the reason is that anyone that makes that kind of money in such a short amount of time, you're going to be hitting the sell button. There's going to be a lot of sellers if you get that kind of run. And, so it's very important for people to be cautious. Don't get greedy. We're just trying to, educate, everyone. I'll give you an example. You go to OTC markets, you hit current market, right? And you can go and look by the number of trades and TSNP. And the volume on right before Christmas was 10.5 million. And it was a slow day and everything. But still, this was doing 50 million the previous week. $50 million in dollar volume. And, so when you're seeing the dollar volume start to drop, that's a sign of a lack of interest. And what I mean by lack of interest is that there's nothing new to the story to keep the new buyers or momentum coming in. And the company is going to have to put out substantial press releases about significant signups of the Humble app, mass adoption. These are the things that we're looking for next from Humble, and we are rooting for them. We think that they are going to be successful, but again, right now it is a stock play. And, I just want people to understand, the difference between a stock play, an investment, and right now it's a story about, surrounding payments, what they hope to accomplish, but they haven't accomplished it yet. And, just keep that in mind. I don't want to see, people get overly, excited. And, as we've said in our previous videos, buy the dips, sell the rips. Don't go chasing, a stock like TSNP after there's been this huge run, because you're going to see selling. Selling is bound to happen. Okay. And, we don't want anyone to say, oh, you may not like what we're saying, but, remember, we are trying to warn people. We've seen, whether it's Bitcoin, these fast moving markets, there are significant corrections along the way. We've already seen several, corrections here. And we said, you look for the red day and you buy the dips on the red. You look for support to be formed, and that's where you want to be buying. Up here at 20 cents, I don't know where it goes this week. It's a holiday shortened week. End of the year, you might have some people getting nervous. Depends on what PRs get dropped. So there's a lot of factors that investors need to keep in mind. And, we just don't want to be, people saying, "Oh, you kept pumping it. You pumped it all the way, or you're a pumper." No, our job, at Insider Financial is to find stocks before they run. Find the TSNP. Okay, we did our job. That's all we're looking to do. And here with TSNP, with the next move, I don't know what it does from here at 20 cents. Okay, and it all depends on the execution, and this is what we're watching. So there's a lot of people now, there's a ton of people on YouTube talking about TSNP. They don't have a clue how penny stocks work. They don't have a clue how the OTC markets work. It's got 15,000 followers now on StockTwits. Everyone's talking about TSNP, but the big gains have already been made, folks. It's already been made. We're already looking for the next one. So these are the things that I just want to, alert people on, keep them abreast of what's happening. And, we'll be monitoring, keep writing about it. And we're rooting for, the success of TSNP. We like George Sharp. We like Brian Foote. We know they're working hard to do the right thing. And, but again, executing and is a whole new ball game. I mean, it takes a lot of work to execute, and they got to get a lot of things right. So just keep that in mind. And, we're going to keep following it and covering it for our subscribers. But, our focus right now is finding the next TSNP. So with that said, we wish everyone a good luck. It's going to be a shortened trading week, going to be a lack of volume. We're still looking for a hot runner, but, most likely it'll be after the new year, because, a lot of money's been made this year. 2020 has been an incredible year. I feel bad. If you didn't get in, you didn't make big money this year, you got to reassess your situation of who you've been listening to, because, huge money has been made this year. And, we hope that 2021 is just as good as 2020. No one knows. It's tough. I mean, this has been probably the best year for, in terms of runners. Market-wise, I know this has been my best year since the dot-com boom of 99 and 2000. So, God willing, it keeps running. But we wish everyone a happy new year. Stay safe. Use common sense. And just be diversified, protect yourself, and most importantly, don't get greedy. And with that said, thank you very much, and remember to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you, everyone, and take care and stay safe and be well.